There's a strange paradox happening in the lives of many people living with diabetes. The older they get, the more they care about their health, yet the more afraid they become of eating. This fear isn't loud or dramatic, but quietly shows up in their choices every morning. Afraid this dish will spike their blood sugar, that dish will harm their liver or kidneys, or another will raise their cholesterol levels. And so, instead of starting the day with a nourishing breakfast, many people end up eating something light just to get by, or skip the meal entirely. Some people leave the house after nothing but a glass of water. Others grab half a dry baguette in a rush, barely tasting it. There are even those who sit silently at the breakfast table, staring at a spread of food, but too afraid to reach for anything, as the fear of rising blood sugar hovers constantly in their minds. In reality, this lack of mindful eating is what actually makes the body weaker, causing fatigue, dizziness, and difficulty focusing. The more we fear eating, the more our bodies lack essential nutrients. The more nutrients we miss, the more our immune system declines. And that vicious cycle plays out silently every day, often without us even realizing it. What's important to understand is, eating right doesn't mean giving up everything. No food is entirely harmful. It's how we use it that can make it a burden. This is especially true when it comes to breakfast. Breakfast isn't just the first meal of the day. It's the key to stabilizing blood sugar, boosting our mood, and protecting the body from dangerous complications. Skipping breakfast or eating the wrong way in the morning can sometimes be the first step into a whole day, a whole week, or even a whole life of fatigue and imbalance. So instead of fearing food, let's learn how to choose it. Instead of avoiding, let's show our bodies a little more love through wise and gentle choices. In today's video, we'd like to share with you 5 breakfast foods considered nutritional gold for people with diabetes. These meals are not only easy to prepare, easy to eat, and delicious, but more importantly, they help stabilize blood sugar over the long term, protect the liver and kidneys, nourish the heart, and keep the mind sharp and alert. And the very first dish we'll be talking about, one that seems so familiar that many people overlook it, is actually a quiet, steadfast companion on the journey to healthy living with diabetes. That food is the boiled egg, a simple dish with surprisingly powerful benefits. Dear friends, once we reach our 50s and beyond, we begin to understand that we don't need fancy, luxurious foods to nourish ourselves. Sometimes, the most valuable part of breakfast isn't in an elaborate spread, but in simplicity. Something healthy, balanced, and just enough. A light meal that doesn't stress the stomach, is easy to digest, and rich in nutrients. That is exactly what older adults, especially those with diabetes, truly need. Among the countless choices we face each morning, there's one dish that's already present in most kitchens, sometimes cooked just out of convenience. Yet few people realize the incredible nutritional value it holds. That humble dish is the boiled egg. It may seem ordinary, but it's a silent warrior in the fight to stabilize blood sugar and protect the health of those living with diabetes. Now, many people feel uncertain when they hear the word egg. They ask, I have diabetes. Should I be eating eggs? Aren't they high in cholesterol? Isn't that dangerous? These concerns are completely understandable. For a long time, we were haunted by the belief that the cholesterol in eggs clogs arteries and raises the risk of heart disease or stroke. But modern science has proven the opposite. According to major studies from Harvard University and other prestigious medical institutions around the world, dietary cholesterol, especially from eggs, is not the main cause of high blood cholesterol. The majority of the cholesterol in our blood is actually produced by the liver. And the fascinating part is, when we eat eggs, the body has a self-regulating mechanism. The liver reduces its own cholesterol production to maintain balance. The key lies in how we eat, not whether we should eat eggs at all. If you consume eggs properly, eating 2 to 3 boiled eggs per week, spaced out over different days, without frying, and not paired with animal fat or rich butter, they're not only harmless, but actually beneficial for your health. Eggs provide high-quality protein that helps you feel full for longer, curbing cravings and reducing the urge to snack, all without causing drastic changes in blood sugar levels. Unlike carbs, which cause blood sugar to spike and then crash, The protein in eggs keeps blood sugar steady and provides sustained energy and mental clarity throughout the morning. But that's not all. Eggs also contain a special nutrient called choline, a vital component for brain function, memory support, and nervous system protection. For people with diabetes, the liver is especially vulnerable to silent damage, and the choline found in egg yolks acts as a natural tonic that helps the liver function more effectively. In addition, eggs offer vitamin D, vitamin B12, iron, zinc, and folate, all of which play a crucial role in boosting immunity, regenerating cells, and slowing down the aging process. These are nutrients you simply won't get from a plain bowl of rice or a cup of weak coffee in the morning. However, one thing to note is how you prepare them. Eggs should only be boiled or steamed. Absolutely avoid frying. When oils and high heat combine, they transform fats into harmful forms that can raise bad cholesterol and strain the liver and heart. And please, don't skip the yolk. It's the most valuable part of the egg. Nearly all the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants are found in the yolk. The white is just pure protein. Many people, based on hearsay, eat only the whites thinking it's healthier. But in reality, they're throwing away over half the egg's value. According to statistics from Japan, a country known for its exceptional longevity, older adults there still consume an average of 3 to 4 eggs per week, primarily boiled or steamed, often paired with vegetables and fish. They don't worry about cholesterol because they understand the importance of balance and smart eating. So instead of skipping breakfast or eating something half-heartedly, why not start the day with a boiled egg? Pair it with a few steamed vegetables or some slices of tofu and add a glass of unsweetened plant-based milk. That's not just a nutritious breakfast, it's a mindful beginning, a daily act of self-care and respect for your own well-being. You'll notice the difference. Your body feels lighter, your mind more alert, your blood sugar more stable, and most importantly, the fatigue, sugar cravings, and sluggishness that usually hit mid-morning will quietly fade away. And if there's a food like this, easy to make, affordable, and rich in nutrients, then why not give your body the chance to heal and get stronger, one day at a time? However, to make breakfast truly complete, we can't forget a smart source of carbohydrates, one that doesn't spike blood sugar, but keeps you full longer and feels gentle on the stomach. Among the hundreds of carbs people eat every day, there's one that nutrition experts call the king of whole grains. It's not just a food, it's a natural remedy for people with diabetes. And that brings us to our second dish, oatmeal, the ideal choice for those who want to live healthier, lighter, and with more control. Oats are not unfamiliar to most people, but truly understanding their full value, especially as a breakfast food for people with diabetes, is something not everyone fully grasps. Oats are a whole grain, and within each tiny flake lies a treasure trove of nutrients. They're not just a healthy carbohydrate, but also a natural remedy for stabilizing blood sugar. The magic lies in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber found abundantly in oats. When consumed, beta-glucan forms a soft gel in the stomach, which slows down the absorption of sugar and fat, helping prevent post-meal blood sugar spikes. Not only that, this gel prolongs the feeling of fullness, keeping you from getting hungry too soon and reducing the urge to snack, a common cause of unstable blood sugar. Unlike white rice, noodles, pho, or sticky rice, all fast-digesting carbs, oats are a slow-releasing carbohydrate. This means that the sugars in oats are released gradually into the bloodstream. Oats have a much lower glycemic index than most typical breakfast items, making them the top choice for anyone trying to manage their blood sugar levels. Some people have asked, are oats really any different from rice? Do they even taste good? The answer is very different, not only in glycemic index, but also in fiber content, B vitamins, and essential minerals. When we eat white rice or sticky rice, we feel full quickly, but also hungry again quickly. Oats, on the other hand, leave you feeling comfortably full for longer without that heavy or sleepy feeling afterward. One of the biggest advantages of oats is how easy they are to prepare. Just 2 tablespoons of rolled or crushed oats soaked in warm water for 5 to 10 minutes and they're ready to eat. If you prefer them cold, you can mix the soaked oats with a container of unsweetened yogurt, add a few slices of apple or some walnuts or almonds for crunch and richness. If you prefer them hot, cook them into a thin porridge and serve with a boiled egg or steamed vegetables. Light, digestible, and still packed with nutrients. If you have a plant milk maker at home, oats can even be blended with mung beans or almonds to make oat milk, a great substitute for dairy milk or condensed milk, which are often high in sugar and fat and not ideal for people with diabetes. It's delicious, clean, and budget-friendly. A serving of oats, about 20 to 30 grams or roughly 2 tablespoons, contains just around 150 calories, yet helps maintain satiety and stable blood sugar levels for 4 to 5 hours. That's something most breakfast foods can't offer. Even more impressive is the fiber content. Oats contain about 10 grams of fiber per 100 grams, with nearly 2 grams of that being beta-glucan. This compound not only supports blood sugar control, but also helps reduce LDL, bad cholesterol, and promotes cardiovascular health, a critical concern for those with long-term high blood sugar. Many studies have shown that a diet rich in oats can reduce the risk of coronary artery disease by up to 25%, as well as help lower blood pressure and improve insulin sensitivity, a key factor in preventing complications from type 2 diabetes. In terms of flavor, oats aren't sweet, rich, or savory like processed breakfast foods. But if you chew slowly, you'll notice a subtle natural sweetness from the pure grain, combined with the nutty aroma of added seeds or nuts, offering a light, pleasant alternative to morning meals like bread, sticky rice, or beef noodle soup. One important note, avoid adding sugar or sweetened condensed milk to oats. If you'd like a touch of natural sweetness, you can add 1-2 slices of ripe banana, a few blueberries, or some dried red apple. These ingredients not only enhance the visual appeal, but also boost antioxidant content, which is excellent for your blood vessels and brain. A breakfast that combines oatmeal, a boiled egg, and a few slices of greens or low-sugar fruit is the perfect trio of protein, fiber, and slow-releasing carbs. A golden triangle for people with diabetes aiming to keep blood sugar in check and maintain long-term health. If you've already tried eggs and oats and are looking for something even lighter, a dish that naturally purifies the blood, supports digestion, and helps cleanse blood sugar, then let us introduce the third breakfast option. This is a dish that requires no cooking, no oil, and barely any prep time, yet it holds incredible cleansing power, something that both Eastern and Western medicine highly regard. It is the raw vegetable breakfast, a growing trend, but one deeply rooted in the body's natural healing principles. When people hear raw food, many imagine a trendy fad, odd, unfamiliar, or hard to follow. But in reality, raw food simply means using fresh vegetables, low-sugar fruits, and unprocessed nuts and seeds, foods that haven't been altered by heat, in order to retain their full spectrum of live enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. The reason this kind of breakfast is so effective is that morning is the body's natural detox window. After a full night's rest, the digestive system hasn't fully kicked into gear. The liver and kidneys are still in cleansing mode, flushing out toxins and waste. Feeding the body a light, enzyme-rich, fiber-packed meal at this time gives it an extra push to complete that internal cleaning process. For people with diabetes, breakfast is also the easiest time to make dietary mistakes. Eating too many carbs can cause blood sugar to spike. Salty, fatty foods overload the liver, kidneys, and cardiovascular system. But raw vegetables, they allow sugar to absorb slowly, protect blood vessels, and naturally calm the nervous system. Fresh vegetables are rich in soluble fiber, which acts like a biological mesh that holds onto sugars longer in the gut, preventing them from flooding into the bloodstream. Fiber also helps soften stool, aids digestion, and cleanses the colon, all critical for aging bodies. And that's not all. Vibrantly colored vegetables like bell peppers, tomatoes, kale, cucumbers, and more contain powerful compounds like carotenoids, polyphenols, and flavonoids, antioxidants that protect blood vessels, slow nerve damage, and guard against severe diabetes complications like limb necrosis, vision loss, or kidney failure. A raw vegetable breakfast also reduces salt, sugar, and fat intake, which often sneak in through processed foods like sandwiches, pork porridge, or beef pho. According to nutrition surveys in Vietnam, people consume nearly double the salt recommended by the World Health Organization, WHO. And for people with diabetes, Eating salty foods not only raises blood pressure, but accelerates kidney decline, two extremely dangerous complications when paired with diabetes. You don't need much to make a solid raw breakfast. Just a few slices of red bell pepper, a cooling cucumber, one small cherry tomato, a handful of lettuce or kale, and some apple or dragon fruit for a boost of antioxidants. If you can, sprinkle in some pre-soaked chia seeds, flax seeds, or a few almonds to add healthy fats and omega-3s. Altogether, about 300 to 500 grams is enough, depending on your weight and nutritional needs. This meal requires no cooking, no oil, no gas, and very little time. But what it brings is a light, refreshing feeling, like a cool breeze through the body at the start of the day. And the most amazing part? After just 2 to 3 weeks of consistent raw vegetable breakfast, people often notice real changes: brighter skin, a lighter belly, a more relaxed mood, and significantly better blood sugar control after meals. Most notably, a reduced craving for sweets, one of the biggest culprits behind sudden blood sugar spikes. If you're not quite used to it yet, you can start by eating raw breakfast just 2 to 3 times a week. On other days, opt for cooked meals. Gradually, as your body adjusts, you may even find yourself missing those fresh, vibrant meals when you skip them. One more important point: fresh vegetables shouldn't be eaten at the same time as meals heavy in meat or fast-digesting carbs. Instead, enjoy them on their own or pair them gently with a boiled egg or a glass of unsweetened plant-based milk. This helps maximize nutrient absorption without overloading the digestive system. And speaking of plant-based milk, many of you might be wondering, should people with diabetes avoid milk altogether? And if dairy isn't ideal, is there a drink that's gentle, nourishing, and doesn't spike blood sugar? The answer is yes, and that drink is homemade nut milk. A smooth, easy-to-digest beverage that supports liver, kidney, and heart health, and is especially well suited for people with diabetes of all ages. Unlike cow's milk or sweetened condensed milk, which contain a significant amount of lactose, a sugar that many Asians have trouble digesting, nut milk is completely free from this component. That means you avoid issues like bloating, gas, mild allergic reactions, or even diarrhea, common after consuming animal-based milk. And especially for older adults with more sensitive digestive systems, nut milk becomes an incredibly gentle and friendly option. Another key advantage is that nut milk contains no bad cholesterol or saturated fat, the very substances that contribute to hardened arteries and increase cardiovascular risk, which are major concerns for those managing diabetes. Instead, nut milk is rich in monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, which are heart healthy and can help lower LDL cholesterol and improve the body's insulin sensitivity. Even better, nuts like almonds, black sesame, walnuts, and flax seeds are packed with magnesium, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids, often referred to as the golden trio for their role in regulating blood sugar and calming chronic inflammation in the diabetic body. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that a diet rich in nuts can reduce insulin resistance, help control blood sugar more effectively, improve metabolic health, and lower the risk of coronary artery disease. Making nut milk at home is simple. Just choose 2 to 3 types of nuts or legumes based on your preference and nutritional needs, such as soybeans, almonds, black sesame, walnuts, or mung beans. Soak about 100 grams of total ingredients in clean water overnight to soften them and neutralize natural enzyme inhibitors. In the morning, blend the soaked nuts with 1 liter of filtered water, then strain through a fine mesh or use a plant milk maker if you have one. You can add a pinch of pink salt to balance the flavor, or a few slices of fresh ginger to warm the stomach and aid digestion. For gentle sweetness, use 1 to 2 slices of ripe banana or a few pieces of dried red apple. They add a lovely aroma and are rich in natural antioxidants. And most importantly, do not add white sugar, condensed milk, or artificial sweeteners. These ingredients not only negate the health benefits of nut milk, but they can also spike your blood sugar quickly, defeating the purpose entirely. A single glass of nut milk, around 250 to 300 milliliters, may be small, but it's nutrient-rich and energizing, perfect for gently waking up your body without causing fatigue. Avoid drinking it alongside meals containing carbs or heavy animal proteins. Instead, drink it on an empty stomach early in the morning when your digestive system can fully absorb all the goodness. Nut milk shouldn't be consumed every single day. Aim for 2-3 times a week and rotate the types of nuts you use each time to diversify your nutrient intake, prevent cross-sensitivities, and help your body absorb a wide range of essential vitamins and minerals. Some people, after just 2 weeks of consistently drinking nut milk in the morning, have reported noticeable improvements, more stable post-meal blood sugar levels, brighter moods, better sleep, and reduced mid-morning fatigue. It's no exaggeration to say that nut milk is a drink of gentleness. Gentle not only on the body, but also on the mind. It's a way to begin the day with something simple, pure, and nourishing. However, the reality is, not everyone has the time to prepare fresh vegetables every morning, or the means to make nut milk regularly. There are busy days, or moments when we simply crave something more filling, something that keeps us full longer, yet still keeps blood sugar stable. That's when we need a type of carbohydrate that knows how to slow down, one that doesn't rush into the bloodstream or spike blood sugar levels. And that's exactly where boiled sweet potatoes and corn come in. Humble, familiar foods that quietly step onto the breakfast table as steady companions for those living with diabetes. They keep you full, energized, and at ease. Boiled sweet potatoes and corn may seem modest, but they carry the power of consistency. They're not flashy like fancy dishes, nor complex like medical diets, but they play a significant role, keeping blood sugar steady, treating the stomach gently, and providing long-lasting energy throughout the morning. The real value of sweet potatoes and corn isn't in luxury, it's in how they affect digestion and blood sugar metabolism. When boiled or steamed, not fried, roasted, or sweetened, and eaten with their thin skins intact, they retain much of their natural fiber. That fiber slows down digestion, ensuring sugars are released gradually into the blood, not all at once. Boiled sweet potatoes, especially purple or honey varieties, contain anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that protect blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and support nerve health. Meanwhile, sticky corn, glutinous corn, is rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, vital nutrients for eye health, especially important for older adults who are more prone to vision loss or macular degeneration due to diabetic complications. What's more, the glycemic index, GI, of sweet potatoes ranges from 50 to 55, and boiled corn from 48 to 52. Both fall into the low GI category, ideal for diabetes management. Compare that to white bread, sticky rice, noodles, or pho, which often have GI scores from 75 to over 90. These cause rapid sugar spikes, followed by crashes that bring on fatigue, drowsiness, heart palpitations, or even trembling hands. So each morning, just a small boiled sweet potato or an ear of corn, paired with a boiled egg, some leafy greens, and, if it's convenient, a glass of unsweetened nut milk, is more than enough to feel full, energized, and mentally sharp. You don't need to eat until you're stuffed, just enough. And most importantly, steady blood sugar, clear thinking, and no nagging hunger. That's what a smart breakfast can give you. One small but crucial reminder: do not eat sweet potatoes and corn in the same meal. While both are slow carbs, they're still two separate sources of carbohydrates. Combining them can increase total carb intake, leading to excess energy or unintended blood sugar spikes. Pick just one and pair it with protein and vegetables. That is the balanced and safe formula. Many studies have confirmed that eating slow-release carbs in the morning not only helps with blood sugar control, but also improves insulin sensitivity, enhances metabolic efficiency, and reduces chronic complications. One study from Japan showed that people with diabetes who had a breakfast of boiled sweet potato or corn, combined with raw vegetables and an egg, maintained stable blood sugar for up to 5 hours, and also experienced fewer symptoms like mid-morning fatigue, sugar cravings, or irritability due to mild hypoglycemia. And the beautiful thing is, sweet potatoes and corn are incredibly affordable. They're easy to find, easy to store, and easy to prepare. No special tools, no complicated techniques, just 15 minutes in the morning, and you've got yourself a meal that's balanced, wholesome, and a true act of self-care. Sometimes it's those simple, familiar foods from childhood that become the most powerful allies in the most limited seasons of our lives. So don't be afraid of carbs. Don't fear sweet potatoes or corn. As long as you know how to choose wisely, eating the right amount at the right time and prepared the right way, even carbs can become a trusted companion for people living with diabetes. And sometimes a single boiled sweet potato in the morning is more than just food. It's a quiet way of telling your body, I care about you, in the most gentle, kind, and meaningful way. Dear friends, sometimes we think that caring for our health means something grand, expensive medications, complicated supplements, or elaborate treatments. But the truth is far simpler. Healing starts with the smallest choices: the right breakfast, a humble dish, an intentional decision. For those with diabetes, eating is no longer just about feeling full. It's about living well, living with clarity, reducing complications, being able to take a calm morning walk or share a joyful conversation with family without feeling dizzy, fatigued, or out of control. And if each morning we pause just for a moment to ask ourselves, what can I eat today that's better for me than yesterday? Then that alone is already a profound act of self-love. You don't need luxury or extravagance, just a boiled egg, a bowl of oats, a plate of fresh greens, a glass of homemade nut milk, a sweet, earthy boiled potato. The things that seem so ordinary are often the very things that help us live longer, live better, and live with dignity in the years to come. Because sometimes, a single well-chosen breakfast can change the rest of your life. If you found this content helpful, we warmly invite you to share this video with your loved ones, anyone living with diabetes, or anyone simply learning to care for themselves a little better each day. And if you'd like to continue walking this journey with us toward living healthier, more mindfully, and more peacefully, don't forget to click subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Each week, we'll bring you simple, practical insights so that every meal, every night's sleep, and every passing day becomes a small step forward toward a life of balance, calm, and lasting well-being.